All right, welcome to the virtual office tour. I'm actually logged in as a user, and I want to give you a little information about a little history about it, what it was designed for, and how you can actually get a lot out of it. Okay, so first of all, I'm logged in as a user, and the difference in being logged in as a user versus an administrator is actually over here on the right hand side. It's pretty clean, pretty simple. You don't have any distractions. All right. Now, if I log in as an administrator, I'm going to have a completely different screen over here with tools for doing administrative tasks. But for this training session, we're not going to go there. We're going to stay logged in here as a user, a subscriber rather, and then we're going to take a look at the administration features. All right. So this actually was developed for myself. I developed this to use during my retirement years as a place to log in and do deals. Basically, what you'll learn with this dashboard, you have the ability and the tools and the resources and the training and everything you need to do to really put some really smart deals together. Whether you want to purchase real estate for yourself, you can learn strategies in here on how to purchase and structure 100% financing, how to get joint venture partners, and how to create residual income using our equity strategy. So it's a lot in it in addition to business loans. All right. Now, one other neat feature is normally when you get a website, you would have a page that says coming soon. And that's cool with this because even though you have a front page that says coming soon, you still have your tools, which are here in the back office. All right. Now, this is the administrative area. So let's take a brief tour here. You have some thoughts. Tell me what you think. If it's something you think we need to add or remove, you just, come here and tell us. Questions regarding general questions. If you want to set up a call about doing a joint venture with you, doing a conference call with you and a client, you have that. That's the added value in this service. All right. And here you use this link for questions and inquiries regarding your billing and your actual hosting account. Okay. Now, this is important. We have weekly calls, but we do not send out emails. You have to just come here, look at the schedule, get the information, and actually attend if you want to. And if you have a situation with a client and you want some help to do a call with you, with the client, we've integrated coaching into this platform. So when you get one of our websites, you get more than a website. All right. In fact, the tools and resources that I'm going to share with you are worth much more than the actual website itself. Okay. The value is in the content and the information that's actually contained in it. So I'm going to go through it and we're going to just cruise through this. No rush on it because I want you to understand that you're watching it. That means you're interested. So I want to give you the best information I can. All right. First of all, everything is laid out in a step-by-step process. So really, all you really have to do is follow the steps. So step one is you want to connect here because what this does, instead of you having this page on your website, you don't have that. You have an actual sales page. That's what the front of your site looks like. This is your basic business financing funnel that actually comes with the website. All right. Now, to get the most out of this, and the way this works, you have these programs already in place, sales pages and everything that's actually there. You don't have to configure anything because normally you would have to hire someone to build your website, $3,000-4,000 grand, depending on what you're going to do. But what you get here with this program, you get a starter site on the front versus, in other words, instead of getting a coming soon page or even with an opt-in on it, log in, sign up, coming soon, give us your name and email, we give you an actual functional web page right here. So when we go back to our video one, step one is for you to connect that business page with your site. And the way you do that is you come here and you're going to connect to the lender. Now this is a document you simply download it. It'll give you all the instructions on what to do. Because ultimately what you want to get a portal like this with the lender, so you can see all your deals, your loans, the status, and everything yourself. So you have a turnkey setup coming here. So if you did nothing but work the business funnel, you're going to be generating leads and prospects while you're going through the training. That's the logic in it, all right? So that's the first step you do. That's the very first thing. Now, after you connect to your lender, you want to launch an ad campaign. Now, you want to remember, follow the steps. All right, you copy and paste. So if you're going to do business lines of credit, or loan advances, or equipment financing, or even credit, or used equipment, or new equipment, you simply copy the ad. That's all you got to do, copy. And then next, you come here and you place an ad. I suggest you place a couple of ads on Craigslist, and they're going to drive that traffic from that ad back to your website. All right. And everything's in place here. We'll show on a separate video how that actually works. Now, after you do that, you will watch this video that you're actually looking at. This may change. And then what I want you to watch next, I want you to watch this video. There are two videos here on how to actually put some deals together. And they aren't long, but I want you to be exposed to this, because in the first deal, I help an investor purchase $1 million property, and I pull out of it a $100,000 note. On the second conversation, I get the same investor to help me buy the same property at 100% financing. You want to know that? All right. And I just want to share that. That's what that's about. And then in here, you'll see our different types of websites that we actually offer. But you know, that's what's here. Now, once you've done this, then what you do next is to go through our masterclass. All right. Now it's a 9-hour course. Your objective is to go through it. Don't worry about understanding all of it. The objective is to engage and be familiar with it. And you simply click this like this, and you'll have access to the actual master course in here. All right. So welcome, perspective, clear objectives, the science, the business, and then we do some creative stuff, and you learn some strategies in here. And then we implement these strategies. Now, in order to implement the strategies, we have to use some of the other tools, and it'll all come together as we go. So you go through this course, then you take this course. This course is about selling yourself and your services. It's important that you know how to do that and how to price them appropriately. All right. This is a course by Jordan Bedford also, and it's about sales, how to write a sales script if you need one. All right. And then this last course is my local property flipping course. And this is what you use. We have a website that goes with it. This is a system and a process. You don't have to have a website to do it, though. But the objective is to flip a local property and generate a 6-figure payday with no lender, no credit, and no partners in 90 days. Well, you want to go through this training for that reason. All right. Next, here we have our software. You have a document creator software. We'll go through that. That's the tool that pulls that the document creator is a software that gives you the ability to execute and implement the strategies that are taught in the different courses, particularly in the masterclass. All right. The Finance and Data Bank, this software for managing data, flipping properties, keeping up with your lenders and all of that. If you need it, it's optional. It's Mac and PC based, so it'll run on anything. And next, the third software package is the underwriting software. Now, what's cool about this software, and of course it's Windows based only, but it's one product. You can use it to package your own deals with, and you can use the same product, the same software to package loan packaging for others, kind of like a resume service, applying for a job. You're going to have a loan packaging service, but it's a fee-based service. It's not free, and you charge from $500 to $1,500 depending on your project, and you set your pretty much your own price. I've done initially, the first one was $500, and it was just a loan packaging service, and then I sold it for $1,500. And then I take the same package, the exact same software, and I position it and present it as a pre-underwriting service, and I sell it from $500 to $3,500. So basically, this one software package has 3 uses. So you have that. That's included. There's no additional cost for any of this. Now, just mind you, all of this comes with your web hosting account. Okay, and this is the back office that comes with all of the accounts. Everyone has this back office like this. Now, next is the lender marketplace. Now you can come in here and learn about what a lender marketplace is. And then you got real estate lending marketplaces, business lending marketplaces. And then here we have some general lenders that you can actually work with for different types of stuff. Next, you got church, section 5. You have church financing, asset-based lenders. They're lenders who simply loan strictly on the value of an asset. And then we have our hard money lenders here and the new construction lenders. Now, when you start dealing with all of these different lenders, you want to have a mix and a connection where your lender matrix, you have the right lenders, not a whole lot of the wrong lenders. In other words, you don't need but one lender. So we give you one coming out the gate, and that's your business stuff. So you got business, and you can do real estate deals. All right. And additionally, here in section 6, you have research resources, and these are all government services. And you want to know about these because when you start dealing with the local property flip, if you choose to do that, you're going to find some of the best deals are going to be with the government. I'm just letting you know that. All right. You need to know that. Need a title company, do some title search. We got you covered. If you want to set up an escrow on a double flip, triple flip, or an arbitrage deal, here are your escrow agents. You go get you, it's because you want to control the escrows. And then when you're working with a lender or a client, you want to vet these guys. And there's a process here, things you want to go through, follow up on to vet your clients. And 7 is more marketing tools. These are basically generic ads, okay? For your local property flip, money brokering, your underwriting services, you have a generic ads in here for that. And just as before, it's simply copy and paste. Now here under marketing, you also have a social media platform where you can access all of the social media platforms in addition to real estate forums and RIA groups and meetups and all of those things. And here are the national RIA groups. And it's a way to use this where you can actually either advertise at those meetings, attend those workshops, advertise in the newsletters, and basically what you're going to do is joint venture. You can even do a presentation to a group of residential investors and do joint ventures with them. There's a lot of things you can do here, but these are the tools for actually reaching out into those markets. And here's a free classified listing list again. And here's an autoresponder service. There's several. You can use MailChimp, GetResponse. It's hundreds of them, free and fee. I use Aweber. And if you want Aweber, you click this link, go watch the video, sign up, and we'll load your responder for you if you purchase Aweber through our affiliate link. All right. Now, here, step 8, and I mentioned about the lender mix. You wanna go through that and make sure you got the right lenders. you got to have the right lender mix. Now down here at 9, we start dealing with strategies. We start building on our foundation. All right, the right sellers. These are formulas. In other words, a $10 million deal at 1% will give you 100 grand. Now 1% is a starting point. You stick around me, you're gonna be a 2 and a 2.5%er. 1% is just, if you know nothing about nothing, you can do that. You can flip a local property. I've done that, and net 100K in 30 days. Now these are 6-figure formulas, so it's 6-figure minimum. Here, joint venture with buyers. You make it part of a process. You can joint venture with investors and let them help you and structure 100% financing deals. And you want to learn about making offers. That's in here. All of this is the value that's in your back office here. All right. This is basic loan brokering. And these are arbitrage opportunities. And this is about making those offers. We'll load all this up. And then here you have Web School, where you can come in here and learn how to do your pages and do the stuff that I'm doing, And we're using WordPress as our content manager. And you can come here and learn about WordPress and themes and plugins and sources, text messaging services. If you want to go there, we can go there too if you want to. But the thing to remember is that I built this for my own use. I just added some things to it. Initially, I built it for myself and my apprentices, so we could all be on the same page. But I can extend that because it's digital. And when we update any of these pages, it's updated on all of the sites automatically. So you don't have to do updates or any of that. It's extra streamed to you. And here are the support services that we mentioned earlier. We have added in here some AI apps. You can, if you want to go there, but more is not necessarily better. Now, down here in the green, these are the advanced strategies with the large project funding. That's where you're putting it together and working in a market where the deals are $50 million to $2 billion. Okay, so it's a different space, but that's what it's called. It's called large project funding. In here are large project lenders, okay? And here, what you do is you joint venture. If you want to do the large project funding, we have to work with you and hold your hand and do it with you, unless you know how to do it. You don't want to mess, and the reason being, on a $50 million deal, that's a $5 million payday. You do not want to have no goofy seminars here. You want to get this right. And that's why we do the joint ventures with you. And then, of course, if we have apprenticeships open, it's closed now, then those applications will be here. Now, our apprenticeship programs are for 12 months. And we joint venture with you on deals for 12 months. All right. So this is what is in the back office. So you'll be able to buy properties, flip properties or money at your own pace and set your own rates, in addition to having your own services. Now, remember, we're logged in here as a subscriber. Now let's look over here at the back office, and we're logged in here as an administrator. Everything's the same, except the left side is different. Now, the thing I want you to focus on is this FDC. This is the document creator. And what you're able to do, if you're working with a client, you want to execute a consulting agreement. When you start doing the money-making offers, you come here and you execute LOIs. If you want to do arbitrage deals, you use the certification letter. And if you're working with a lender who doesn't have an agreement, then you execute the contractor agreement. So let's take a look here. We're going to look at the saved consulting agreements. All right, let's see if we got any in here. Yeah, Jones Road. And in here, these are saved on your site, so you don't have to redo them, convert Word docs to PDFs. And if you want to see it, you click here. If you want to preview it, you click here. And if you want to edit it, you click here. So we're going to hit edit, and it'll just show you the document. And it's basically you fill in the data, and it creates, like in this situation, I'm getting a 10% equity participation. Now, on $1 million deal, a 10% equity participation is $100,000 because we take our equity and convert it to debt. You want to learn about that. In that first video, I say what this in the beginning. You want to watch that because that's what this document is for. Now down here, an exclusive agreement. I don't have to have an exclusive. I can typically, if you do things correctly, you typically can have a deal done in 60 days, so you don't need an exclusive. You only need all that time if you don't have the pieces in place, and that's why we build the foundation first. Here, this is a loan placement service. You get to pull down what service you're doing in the agreement. And this loan placement fee, just say your lender agrees to give you 1%, but if you can deliver a document, which is what this is, that says more, he'll honor it. But if you have to ask the lender to pay you 2.5 points, he probably won't do it. But if you deliver a document stating the client has agreed to pay you 2.5 points, you'll get it. What's the message here? Get your own agreements and don't ask the lenders to protect you. Protect yourself here. This consulting fee, 50%, if I'm able to save the client, any fees at all, I'm entitled to 50% of it. So let me give you an example. Lender gives a term sheet on a $10 million loan, payments of $10,000 a month for 10 years at 10%. What I do is I negotiate the payments down from 10% to 9%, which means the payments on the loan, instead of it being $10,000 a month, it's now $9,000 a month, which means I saved the client how much money? $1,000. Payments were $10,000. I negotiated it down from 10 points to 9 points, and the payments went from $10,000 a month to $9,000 a month. I saved the client $1,000. He agrees, and what this does, he owes me 50% of what I saved him, which is what? I saved him $1,000. He owes me $500 times, and here's the power in this, times the length of the loan. So if it's 10 years, then it's $500 times 10. That's what he owes me, and I can either take half of it, negotiate a discount, or secure it against the property. And that's what this consulting fee is, okay? So you have the documents here. All of it, this is the virtual office and what's actually included. Okay, now, that was the consulting services agreement. Now, I can show you the agreement. So what I do here is I save this. All right. And see if I can preview it without it downloading. Yeah, there's the document. So let's see if we can make it a little bigger so you can see it. But here we got a 6-page document. And we want to see if it'll fit. There we go. Now, this is your consulting agreement. And what I want you to notice here is in the footer, it has your website, your fax, and your phone, and your email address. All right. And what it says, that it is a consulting agreement, and it actually makes the complete agreement for you with the terms and everything that you put in on that form. It puts it in here. And then what makes it different is it signs it for you, and your client has to sign it and send it back to you. See, that's my signature, and this guy has to do it. And something to remember when you're dealing with clients and documents. If your client, like here, Bob, is an LLC, I have to have a corporate seal or notary seal on this document to make it effective. Okay, because what can happen is, because this happened twice, I could go to the closing and someone can say, we're not authorized to pay you. And I say, well, here, Bob sign this agreement right here. And they say, Bob's not authorized to sign on, or it's not authorized to indebt the corporation. We can't pay you. Bob wasn't authorized to do it. I said, well, if Bob wasn't authorized to authorized to pay me the fee, then you shouldn't be authorized to receive the money. But, that didn't go nowhere, right? So that's important to remember. All right. Now, that's this agreement. Next, you have the LOI creator. Now, what you do with this document here, and this if we got some saved ones in here. And what you do with this one, this is a portfolio, all right? Because you are making offers. And here's what I want you to get. You're going to make offers. To make deals, you have to make offers, not contracts. You don't do contracts. You do offers, all right? So like here in this one is a LOI, and this is what it looks like. It has my name in it. It's for $20 million. The terms are specified in here, all right? And the point I'm making here is that in your virtual office, you have everything you need to get deals done. You just have to learn the game, all right? It's a game. And this is like, if you look here under the special terms, you can put in here whatever you want in this, okay? Because it actually makes the document. So the way you do it, you go edit it, the document, and you make any changes you want on it. Like down here, special terms, you just put in here what you want, what the terms are. And in this case, you hit update, and then you can download it if you want to. But I'm saving it on the server, and I can download it and email it to the realtor or the actual seller. All right, we're going to do a special training session that's included on acquisitions, on actually how to do this stuff. Next is this certification letter. Now, this is a letter used for structure and arbitrage deals, and it just gives you the ability to discount a note at payoff, $2 million note. Instead of it being paid off for $2 million, this document gives you the ability to get it paid off for 1.8, 1.9, which basically adds 100K to your bottom line. That's a paper caper here. That's what that's it for. And the contract agreement is what you use when you're dealing with the actual lenders, because you operate with the lenders as a subcontractor. All right. In that document, it looks like this. That's what this is, and you basically get it has all of the terms, circumvention and non-disclosure and all of that, and the lender has to sign it. And if he doesn't sign it, your lender doesn't sign your doc. If he can't produce the documents, that's a little concerning. And two, if you produce a document and he doesn't sign it or execute what he said he will do, you need to move on. Don't even waste your time trying to figure that one out. So there you have what's in here. And that's the most essential tool, is the document creator over here for working with documents. All right. That's what you have here. Now, further down are basically web related tools. Okay. And we won't go there now, but in terms of orientation, this is what you have. You can log in as a subscriber. You don't have to worry about having a coming soon page. You have an actual business financing funnel built into the site on day one. And that's what's included in the virtual office. You can watch the other videos about the different sites and the features of the virtual office front end of it, because remember, we have different sites for different purposes. This is the basic setup. Everyone gets a virtual office like this and a basic business page on the front end. You get this with us. And you have a joint venture partner and a coach and a mentor all in your one package deal here. In other words, you don't have to worry about this. You get this. All right. Initially, we only offered that, but that didn't work for people. It was creating a high barrier. So we integrated this. And these are basically loan programs that you have, and how this works. When your client, you advertise, run the ads, drive them to this site, do the lender connection thing. And when the clients come here, these are like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages on one page. You click this, it tells them about right here, the highlights of the loan. If they're interested in credit lines, it tells them this: no minimum credit score, 36-month term. All of the terms are here, and these are the terms of the lender that you're dealing with. And the lender you're dealing with is an actual bank. So you don't have to worry about no shaky, flaky stuff. If they're a business, then they're looking for here. We can do conventional loans, contract agreements, working capital from $250,000 to $15 million, 650 credit score, monthly loan payments, and you got the highlights of the loan here. And if they're interested in either of these programs, they come here and simply look at them. It's equipment financing from $5,000 to $5 million. All right. And the thing, guys, about these business loans, they close fast. You can have a guy that apply for a loan on Monday, and he's funded on Wednesday. You can't do that with the real estate loans. So these are basically, all the business loans are basically hard money loans. And you have basic questions here and a funnel. So here's what happens. Guy comes here, he clicks this, and what you're going to do, you're going to capture his name and email address, and you're going to sort them out. If they're brokers, you want them here. If they're owners, you want them here. When they come here, basically what they do is give you some basic information, not much. You want to know who these people are, their company's name, okay, the date, the name of the borrowing entity. Because if I apply for a loan with you in the name of Durante Parks, and I go to the lender and I apply under, say, Paradise Bridge Development Corp., you won't make the connection. You won't know that's me because you don't know me. I applied for the loan in my corporate name. This fixes that. So I come here, I fill out the forms, your name, I tell you where I am. I'm a borrower, or I'm an attorney, or a partner, or a broker. You can't be all of them. And I put in a loan amount that I'm requesting and my company's name. And when I hit this button, it takes your name, the name of the individual, stores it on your server, and then directs them straight to the lender sale page where they submit the loan. And that way you know. So if they don't complete it, you know it. And it gives you the ability, if you look here, to follow up, because you don't have to. If you notice, there's no phone number on here. Or is it? Yeah, it's there. So I can either call them up and find out if they had a problem with the application. Why didn't they complete it? Why? I know they were here. Okay. So you have all of these things in place with this package. And remember, this is just the training portal. And this is the back office. Because you can start from here, and there's not much you can't get done. It's just being focused and having the maps and the steps to follow, and an accountability partner. And that's what I'm here to do with you, is to be your accountability partner. That's if you want to do this, and help you to get it done. All right. So that's it on the virtual office tour, and we'll see you on the next one.